Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. This is Thursday nights. Pop culture, gossip, news, foolishness, and whatnot chit chat. Okay, Lord, every time I think it's gonna be an easy day, it be all kind of stuff. Okay, now we know it's been real quiet recently. Okay, there ain't been much going on, so we pull in the scraps of the scraps to have conversations. Okay, so my plan today was to discuss the Danae Jackson interview, Brittish and her crimes, and then one or two other things around here. Okay, then Derek was on live with Rich No Dollas from Love and Hip Hop. We're gonna do that. Monique posted some screenshots that she thought was some receipts, and then out the blue, when I'm sitting at work trying to get home to get to y'all, Bishop Robbery and Tasha K get at it. Now, I already saw it. We will have a full watch along tomorrow. Okay. Yes, I seen it. I have the download footage of it all. I got Tasha's part of it all as well. But because this happened at like 7:30, okay, I don't have time to cut it down, change the voices and all that. So we will discuss Bishop Robbery and Tasha fussing on social media tomorrow at 5 p.m. because I'm off tomorrow. Okay, so it will not be live tomorrow at 9 p.m. I'm going to have it at 5:15. In case folk get off work at 5, I'm going to set it up for 5:15 p.m. tomorrow. We'll have a watch along for that, okay? Because I'm like, Lord, and who knows what else will be said between now and then, okay? So I know, but again, Bishop Robbery and Tasha K fussing was not on my bingo card. Anyway, this is what we're going to discuss now. Because, a Bishop Robbery watch along, I can't pop that on y'all at the last minute. I got to prepare for it, get me a good old thumbnail and all that stuff. So again, that will be tomorrow at 5:15 p.m. Okay. Now, please do a couple of things for me. Make sure that you've already subscribed to my channel to become a whole JayBird, JayBird, ... Please make sure that you've also followed me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. Please like the video, okay? Comment in the comment section, and also share the video and all that good stuff, okay? Now, hey, hello, y'all, okay? Where my glasses? I can't see without my glasses. Where are my glasses? There we go. Why are they dirty again? I don't know where girl, I don't be doing nothing around here. I think the water for my water sometimes be popping on my glasses. God, I walked in my, it is 9:19 p.m. I walked in my house at like 9:05. Okay. So I'm a little bit, a little bit rushed because I was trying to finish up stuff for work because I'm off tomorrow and I don't want the motherfuckers bothering me. So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna have a good time today. Got me some good old ice water. Okay, and whatnot. But how is everyone doing? Let me get to the comment section. Okay, hey, how y'all doing? Hello to all the people. Okay, hi to those who are here and live. Hello to those who are watching on the replay. Okay, you know what I'm saying, y'all. The fools is around here tonight because Danae's interview. I got me some KFC nuggets, y'all. So sometimes y'all might see me grab a little nugget. Because I was like, I want a little KFC nugget. Okay. Between Danae's interview and Derek's foolishness, I was like, Jesus. Okay. But, hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hey, everybody. Hi. Yes, Rich, no dollars. He go by Rich Dollas. I'm like, but what are dollars at? If you can tell me what a dollar's at, I'll call you Rich Dollas. Okay. I'm like, Lord Jesus. It's almost end of the week. It's a holiday on Monday and all that stuff. It was a mess. It was a mess. But in the end, I have to watch Bishop Robbery's stuff first. He say words I have to bleep out to try not to get flagged. So I'm like, I'm not finna try and rush because I just did not have time. You know what I'm saying? I left work last and I didn't have time. And so I'm like, nah, we'll have to do that tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? This tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, I'm like, tomorrow. We're not playing bingo tonight. No, because we're not watching Bishop Robbery tonight. We may play bingo tomorrow. Okay, but not tonight. Yeah, we'll just all Bishop Robbery and Tasha stuff. We have to do this tomorrow. Can't do it today. They're good. This is one of them. This is one of the little nuggets. Can y'all? I bit off of it. This is a little nugget, Yeah. They're tasty. I don't like sauce on my nuggets. I'm weird. I'm not a sauce person. But they're really good. Okay. Now, let me start eating. On camera, that's rude. Okay, well. It's so rude. But hey, how y'all doing? Now, I'ma promise y'all, we won't be here more than 2 hours. It shouldn't even be that. Okay? But it's been into a little minutes or whatever. Let's get into what we came here to get into. Now, I told y'all, it ain't much going on in these streets. So I had to concoct me a little laugh tonight. Let's get into some fashions, okay? Because it's called the Amfer. I mean, some event was tonight, and some of our favorite black folk was out, and some of our favorite white folk was out, And some folk I did not know. Okay, let's get into some fashion conversation at the Amfar event tonight. Okay, so we have Queen Latifah, Storm Reed, Lori Harvey, and Ashley Graham. Now, Queen Latifah looked like Morpheus mixed with Neo. Outfit in all white. I mean, I like it. It's cute. It's real suave. It's real chic. It's real fashionable. Okay. But because it's all white, it all kind of blends in together. However, I still love the fact that it looks very much so fits her body. She didn't go buy this off the rack. Okay. It's not something that somebody did not fit for her body. I like that. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Now, Storm Reed, we know from what's the name? Is it what's it called? Euphoria and other stuff too. I like her dress. Now I don't know why everybody got a little train behind them. A whole little train behind them. I don't know about that. But the dress is cute. It's simple. Her hair is pushed behind her ears. Her red lips and simple makeup. You know what I'm saying? It's real cute and real fashionable or whatever. Real shiny. Not too much. Not a little. I don't mind it. Now, Lori Harvey, I'm like, girl, take off the sunglasses. Okay? Take them off. I also feel like we know Lori Harvey works really, really, really hard on her body. I feel like that's why she's always wearing stuff that shows off her chiseled, toned abs. But I also feel like, you know, it's okay. She reminds me of a less talented. That's so mean. Tiana Taylor, because we know Tiana Taylor also always is showing up as something that's going to show off her body. We'll see that in a minute. But I feel like we've also seen Tiana covered up, and it's just, you know, I feel like I've seen her in something like that before, and so it seems a little bit repetitive. Of look at my stomach. Ashley Graham, you know, I don't know why. I don't know. Like, I understand it, but then again, I don't. You know, sometimes you have a really big bow tie around your neck. It's just a lot to take in. It's the big bow around her neck. It's her hair hanging over her shoulder. It's the big ass hat. It's the bell bottom pants. So it's a lot. And I don't know why she did that. I feel like if you was gonna have that hat, you did not need that big ass scarf. Now maybe the big ass scarf was added. Maybe she spilled some chipotle sauce on the jacket and she ain't had time to change clothes and somebody gave her the big ass black scarf. But you know, either take off the big ass black scarf, pull your hair back into a ponytail on your back or whatever. But the hat, the hair, and the big ass scarf is too much. Okay, to me, best dress goes to the Queen Latifah. Okay, next up we have who? I don't remember. Eva Longoria, Tiana Taylor. Oh, what's that man name? Odell Beckham Jr. and then Winnie Harlow. Okay, I feel like Tiana Taylor, again, I told y'all, Tiana Taylor is also somebody who's always showing off her body. You know, Lori Harvey does it too. But I feel like Tiana Taylor, like, she just always does that, but it still be fashionable. Like, I like how the cutout is on her body. Now, I wonder, do you have panties on, girl, with your ass out? We don't look, nobody's ass should be bare on nobody's seats. Okay, I'm thinking she's probably gonna look on. But my point is, she always also show her abs. But I feel like because she's a dancer, you know, she's a performer. She's an actress, musician, producer, director. She's all of these things. And so I'm like, it makes sense. Now, even Eva Longoria, who is basically in a swimsuit and a cover-up. It's a cute look. It's a cute little leotard. Okay. And you know, shimmery cover up that see-through. It's cute, okay? But I feel like it would have been cuter if something was like in some color. So I wish she wore it in red. Either in red or purple, because it's in all black, you can't really see nothing or whatever, but it's still cute. You know what I'm saying? But for Tiana Taylor, I feel like between all the folk who around here being a little bit naked, being them two, and then also Lori Harvey, Tiana Taylor's look just looks more like a look, because the dress and even the arms on her dress, it all matches up. Like, it's like, yeah, it's going to be a slash all the way across your arms, your stomach, and all of that. So let's put together more, okay? Now, Odell Beckham Jr., white suit jacket, black pants. He's not wearing the blonde hair no more. He a daddy now, whatever. He calmed down. He chilled down. It's cute. It's real simple and basic. Winnie Harlow is cute. It's giving regal. Okay, it's giving regal. It's giving model. It's giving one leg out. Okay, it's giving hair is done. It's giving. I like it. I like it a lot. I still feel like my best dress will be Tiana Taylor, because it looks more all the way put together. And Winnie Harlow dress, it could almost be an Oscar gown. Hell, it could be a brass-made dress of a rich family friend or whatever. Next up, we have Halsey, Heidi Klum, and Kate Beckinsale. And I said, okay, they all did color. Halsey looked like, I don't know. Like, I don't understand the gloves. I don't understand the short dress, but the long tulle down to the feet. I don't understand why the straps of the dress are Gordon Gartrell-ish, meaning it does not match up. Like, I like the pink color, but I mean, is it supposed to be like rocker chic? I guess, but I still don't like it. I like her shoes, but I don't like it. Okay, and Heidi Klum, I don't know who keep putting Heidi Klum in these big bellowy, throws, because that's a comforter. Heidi Klum is in a bellowy feathered comforter. Like, we can't really see the dress because of the comforter she's wearing on her back. And so I don't know what to think. And I'm like, Heidi Klum, you're a supermodel, or you were. I don't know if you still are. You do better. Do better. Now, Kate Beckinsale, who I barely recognize, I still love her from the Underworld series. Okay, I wish they would have done more movies with the Underworld thing. But, her dress is really cute. I feel like it's supposed to be avant-garde. Usually when they have a big thing up in their face, it's supposed to be fancy or whatever. I like it, but it also seems just confusing. Like, is it supposed to be a high look? I don't know. It's like, I like it from the waist up and not from the waist down. Even for Heidi, I like the color of Heidi's dress. I like the dress. I don't like the comfort she's wearing with it. And for Kate, I feel like it's too much fabric hanging for no reason. It looks heavy. Maybe she's sneaking a like it in. I don't know. Girl, who knows? Anyway, lastly is some people who I don't know who they are. I don't know these people. Their names is up there, but I don't know them. But I wanted to discuss their outfits. Now, the first girl says, "Is it BB or Baby?" I don't know. I don't know who she is, what she do. Okay, but is she a gift? Did someone gift her to people? Her dress looks like she's a gift, like she's been given to someone. I feel like if she did not have that big ass bow on her back, I would love the dress. And I don't even not like the big ass bow. I don't mind the big ass bow. I just don't understand the big ass bow. I don't understand that part. I don't understand the point of the big ass bow. But is it supposed to be an age limit? I don't know. I'm just saying it's it's a lot. Okay. I ate a nugget jar. Leave me alone. The middle lady, I feel like she's naked but not naked. I like it. You know what I'm saying? But I hate eating on camera, y'all. But I wanted my nugget. Anyway, the middle look, I like it, but I also feel like I've seen it before somewhere. I just don't know where. And so it feels repetitive. And I think I've seen like 2 other people who had something similar on. And so I'm like, ma'am, no. Now, the blue dress, I'm like, didn't Cardi B just wear that? I swear that's the same dress that Cardi B had on at an award ceremony a couple months ago. So I was like, are you repeating the dress on the red carpet? I don't know. So it's like the blue Cardi B dress was too. Let me see, Cardi B blue dress. Why is Mel going live? Why is Mel going live? Okay, so it's not exactly the same dress, but it's so similar. I'm gonna share with y'all. It's so similar. I feel like you have to know someone gonna say, did Cardi B wear that dress already? And I'm sorry, I think Cardi B wore that dress. See, when Cardi B wore that dress right there, it looked the same to me. And when I first seen it, I'm like, oh, that's Cardi. Even though it isn't the exact same dress, it still looks so familiar. Okay. That's all you could think that it was. Now I'm finna see what Mel talking about on live, if I have to record it or not. Y'all been paying attention to our 5-5, right? Hold on, y'all. I saw some of y'all DMing me asking me did they win, so I just decided to come on here and tell y'all about it. I think some on sports. Anyway, focus. The dress looked the same. I don't like it. Okay, it's too similar. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Thank you. But I'm like, y'all, they gonna I'm gonna get into that 1 second. Okay. Somebody remind me to talk about people posting stuff and then deleting it. Okay, because I want to get into that in 1 second. I like the hooded sculpture look for Cardi B. Rocha looks nice too. I think that's what made me feel like it's the same dress. It's the sculpture part of it. Because everybody, oh, the dress is so this and the dress is so that. That's what made me feel like it's the same damn dress, but it isn't. Okay. However, it's fine. Now, that's all we're done. I told you it's not much around here. I don't even think I have much on my, I don't have anything on my save stuff because stuff is so boring. People behaving when they supposed to, and that's a good thing. But yeah, I don't think I saved nothing for to talk about. I may just get into my couple topics. Oh, well, they said that Tina Turner, girl, get it off screen. Okay. They said Tina Turner died of natural causes. Now, she passed away yesterday. And folks were saying, oh, was it something she was sick? Was it this? It's like, no, the rep said, she passed away from natural causes. And I'm like, well, that's a good thing. I can appreciate that, okay? Because don't nobody want to have to deal with feeling like, oh my God, she went through so much and then she passed away from something or whatever. It's like, no, natural causes at her house, mind her business, okay? Also, the man, Patrick Clark, who was shot and killed Takeoff, allegedly, because he's accused of it. He has been formally charged and indicted on murder for that because he went to jail, was out on bond or whatever. I'm like, who bonded him out? It wasn't me. Okay, but happily ever after, happily ever after. I'm looking at this damn mermaid comment. I seen the mermaid comment and thought happily ever after. But happily, I feel like if he did it, send him to prison forever. Okay, you can't be running, taking folks' lives and then think it won't catch up to you. Congrats to Mel. Okay, Melody Holt. No, Melody Cherie. Okay, is on the cover of Control magazine. Now, I will say, I feel like we don't know why Martell was on Upscale. We didn't know at all why he was on Upscale. I feel like Mel being on a magazine cover makes sense, considering the fact that she's always doing something around here, be it a new music song or whatever, her products, partner with people or whatever. It's always something she's doing. So congrats to Mel for, you know what I'm saying, being able to get the cover of Upscale Upscale of Control magazine. I know some folk don't like that lady. I get it. I know. But we can't knock it because she around here getting her paper. Okay, she's doing what's supposed to be done, and all we can say is congratulations. Okay, confetti. Now, that's all I had, y'all. Let's get to my little graphics. Who's it up first? Oh, congrats to Candy and Todd. Okay, look, Candy and Todd, off the success of the piano lesson, is now being on the team to produce the Broadway revival of The Wiz. Now, I have never seen I saw The Wiz maybe once when I was younger. I know folk like it or whatever, but I haven't really seen it recently. However, I'm aware of how big The Wiz is as a play to us people, us Black people. Okay, I am very much so aware of it. So I'm very, 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 very proud and happy that Candy and Todd, not just Candy, not Candy and Todd, is around here, adding to their producer credit. Because this is the thing, Candy, like, I'm gonna get that EGOT. Okay, I'm gonna get that EGOT. And being that The Wiz is a play that a lot of folks have loved, I'm sure a lot of folks will come see it. It's gonna get some kind of nomination. Okay, some kind of nomination. And I'm just proud because Marlo, Candy got to give up the Broadway stuff and shut up, Marlo. Look at you looking like you look dumb. Okay, because she got the thing. Okay, so congrats and confetti to Candy. Okay, next up, basketball wife star. Is she really a star? Brittish Williams spoke out and was talking about herself being, she pled guilty to 15 charges. I said 15 charges. 15? 1 5? 15? I was like, Lord, Jesus, that's a lot. I just feel like she has to know that it's crazy. She has to be aware that, girl, you was right here doing what? Now, let me see if I can find my little things. So she pleaded down. She's only 33. Okay. She was guilty to, it was 5 counts of misuse of a social security number, 4 counts of bank fraud, 3 counts of making false statements to the I, the R, the S, and 3 counts of wire fraud. And she'll be sentenced on August 23rd. And I'm like, when people be on these reality shows, I'm like, why is y'all out here? First of all, nobody should be out here breaking the law. But to have to plead guilty to 15 felony fraud charges. It's like, girl, what? Now, in her pleading guilty, she admitted to using the false social number to defraud banks and credit card companies, that she illegally obtained loans meant for businesses damaged by COVID-19, and she submitted fake medical bills to an insurance company. I'm like, for what? And the total was $450,000. I was like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? And I feel like that PPP loan stuff came around here and people instantly started scamming. And I'm like, how are y'all scamming a system that y'all don't even know how it works? It doesn't make no sense. It makes no sense at all. I'm like, oh. Well, yeah, she was up that line. I'm innocent. I didn't do nothing. And to plead guilty to basically all of the damn felonies that you was accused of. It's like, well, no, you did something. You did something. Your damn show didn't do nothing. Your damn show did not do nothing. Okay? It just doesn't make sense. And so many people got caught up in the whole PPP loan stuff. Because she made a statement that she already took down, but y'all know what I did. I was screenshot, so I can show y'all what was it. Let me put up here. 15 felonies of fraud. They did not say how much time she's up for, just that she gets sentenced in August. I feel like she may not be out here getting no kind of probation, because to me, I'm like, you actively, knowingly did it all, got caught doing it all, and then tried to play it off as if you didn't do nothing. It's like, man, that's not how it works. Not any of this works. Eventually, they're going to catch you. Because, again, all these people did all these things with federal guidelines and federal rules. It's like, that was federal. Fully federal. And nobody should be around here federally doing nothing, because the feds always want their money. Now, I don't know why she took down her post, but guess what? I have it. I'll take the comment down. Hold on 1 second. So, what she said was, anything I went through that a normal person would go through privately, I went through publicly. I hope my story, journey, and my growth can help someone going through something similar, or stop the next person from doing anything that could possibly have them in the same situation as me. I am not ashamed. I am not fazed by comments nor opinions. I am proud of the woman and mother I am today. Everything I've been through, I needed to go through. I have learned patience, humility, and most of all, compassion for every walk of life. I don't believe in losses, just lessons to make better decisions in the future. Love you, and thanks for rocking with me, Brittish. Now, the issue I had with her statement was, like she didn't say nowhere that, she feels remorseful for what she did. I get her, and I've grown, but I'm like, you may not feel ashamed of what you did, but do you understand that it was wrong? Like, why not say, I was wrong for what I did? I am accepting responsibility for what I did. Okay? Ma'am, you should be ashamed a little bit. Just a little bit. Not all the bit, but at least a little bit. Okay? And it's a good thing that who you are today, you feel like you're a better person, a better mom, cool. But I'm like, because that's your girl, you gotta go to girl. I just feel like prison can't. I never want to go to prison. Never. I'm not made for prison. Mm-mm. I need, my fresh water. I need a shower every day. I need a bed that's fluffy. I need a good old pillow. I need some penis. Like when you in prison, you can't get penis in prison. Not the right way. And it's the fact that I feel like because she admitted to using false social numbers, meaning you took other people's social numbers and did stuff with them. I don't feel bad about, banks losing money. Banks is, you know what I'm saying? It's a business. But when you use other folks' stuff, that's something different. Because you did all of this to make more money for yourself. And then again, you only got, it was roughly 450 grand. Like, and now you was on the show and now you gotta go to jail. You could have made 450 on Basketball Wives. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Hopefully she learned a lesson. Okay, hopefully, because again, she pled guilty to 15 charges. So anything she said on Basketball Wives, she was lying. She's Jen Shaw of Basketball Wives. That's it. That's it. Okay, I'm like, girl, Lord Jesus. Okay, now these motherfuckers right here. Now, I was minding my own business yesterday. Okay, because I do still follow Derek and Monique. I don't know why, because they get on my damn nerves. But because I cover, what they do or whatever, I was like, I follow him. I don't pay that much attention. And I'm like, why is he on live? I'm like, why is he on live? And I see he on live with Rich No Dollars and some baldhead man. And I'm like, why? 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 And so I started listening. Because I feel like Rich No Dollars is the worst person, in my opinion, to give relationship advice, because he was on marriage boot camp with Mariah Lynn. He was trying to get back with Erica Mena when her and Safari kind of broke up. I was like, what is going on here? So apparently, allegedly, okay, Rich No Dollars has a weekly like boys club, IG live every week. I said, who go to it? Who attends the classes? Who does it? Okay. And Derek was a guest. Okay. Now let's watch along to the bullshit. Okay. Because I feel like Derek really wants people to feel like he's an innocent bystander and that Monique found him in prison and just, brought him on TV and, is just lying on him. Like, the fact that he doesn't take any accountability for his own shit made me mad. I also was aggravated with Rich. Because Rich, you is a creep. Talking to a young creep. Getting on my nerves. Let's listen.
Derek, you're everywhere these days, bro. You're all over the place, man. The Love After Lockup show is taking off. You got.
First of all, it aggravates me. I'm still eating my nuggets, y'all. I got 12 of them. It aggravates me that folks keep saying, oh, the show's taking off. I'm like, Love After Lockup been popping. Love After Lockup to me was not getting popping because of Derek and Monique. They're out here clout chasing, you know, and grab some calf nuggets for tomorrow. So it aggravates me when folks make it seem as if, well, no one was really watching until Monique and Derek came on there. And to me, the only reason folks were speaking about Monique and Derek was because of Monique's size. Because to me, the better story was Cameron and Aris. She's a whole, you know what I'm saying? That was the better storyline to me. But Monique and Derek were just on social media more. You know what I'm saying? So it's some bullshit.
You guys have taken it to a whole nother level. You and your girl, your ex, whatever the case may be. We're going to get into all that.
Right.
But how has life changed for you since doing this show? Because everybody, obviously, the show is Love After Lockup, so everybody knows you were incarcerated. But
right,
leading up to you coming home, did you ever think that it would be like this for you?
I always thought big things was going to happen, not this way, not being on TV and taking off to this magnitude, but I always had high hopes for myself and plan for the future.
Let me get it straight. He was in jail for drugs. So while being in jail for drug selling, you always knew I'm gonna be big in life. Doing what? You know, so you do take what you're given and you do run with it. But I'm like, I just don't. It's the creep squad for me. Okay. And still, since he's got out of jail, he ain't done much besides be on a TV show and aggravate the people on the show, which means me. That's it. Okay? Because y'all be on social media just dragging shit out. Oh.
Okay. So you knew when you got out you was gonna be doing some big things. You already knew that was part of your plan.
Exactly.
Okay. So
go ahead, Rich. No, how long your girl Monique? Did you meet her when you was on the inside?
Yeah, I met her on the inside when I was my last 2.5 years.
How long was you locked up?
Yeah, 8 years, 10 months, and 5 days.
Okay, cool.
That's day for day.
So you meet her. Say that one more time.
I said that was day for day. 8 years, 10 months, and 5 days.
You already know. So you meet her in your last
2.5, yeah.
Okay, how'd y'all meet? Pen pal?
Yeah, pretty much on the Facebook group.
All right. You blowing up, you all over the place. Before we even get into it, are you
now he blowing up? He's not blowing up.
Y'all two together right now?
Right now we are not together. Sadly so, we're not together.
Okay, you want to elaborate why? Because we was reading that y'all bought a house together, you got engaged, and that was like a month ago.
It was earlier this month, so it was rocky throughout the whole thing. This social media, being on TV, it took our life, put it in for the world to see. So with that being said, we had to juggle for that. And with our relationship being so fresh, with me being out and things happening simultaneously and us being on TV, for us to go through those first moments on TV, it kind of was a challenge for both of us and more challenge for her. And things just didn't work out.
First of all, the fact that they had never met and they met on camera, but I feel like he's not saying like, I was an active participant. Like, oh, I met her online. When we got out, it was just too much of him making it seem as if it wasn't nothing. It's like his fault. It's this social media. I'm like, every other season of this show, the cast never really was on social media. I feel like they put people in their business, and now they're trying to blame people for being in their business.
So, okay. So here's my question. It's okay for relationships not to work out. Like you were in, you came home, y'all tried it, it didn't work, shit don't work. If you meet a woman on the streets and you both free, then chances are it don't work these days, right? Like everything is not going to be always peaches and cream and work. My problem is she did an interview where she was talking about domestic abuse and all of this stuff and putting you under the bus. And I'm going to be honest, my guy.
First of all, Rich, shut up. You can tell Rich only watch Instagram clips. Like, Monique never did an interview and called him out for abuse. At first, when they was asked her, she was denying it. So I feel like Rich is coming from a place where he hasn't even really looked at the whole situation, and he up been mad for no reason. Because it wasn't as if she out the blue accused him of stuff. His sister was the first one who said that Derek put his hands on Monique. Monique was denying it when they were together. So Rich making it seem as if, oh, well, she was out here throwing you up under the bus. I was like, what? Again, men up here taking up for the men.
As a dude, that's why I really wanted to get you in here. Because she said a bunch of negative things about you and women, and then she's beefing with your sisters, and she's...
Again, she said negative about you as if Derek ain't said nothing about Monique. The fact that he cheated. They acted like a couple. He cheated. She got pissed. His family is just too much to blame for the beef, and it's her. So it's weird to me that Rich is trying to make it seem like, oh, it was all Monique.
Saying that you were DV and you beat her up and all that, but then she took it all back. She took it all back.
No, she did not. He keeps saying, and he's going to say throughout the interview, that she took it back. Monique never took back her accusations that Derek put his hands on her. In prior interviews, before she said what he did, when she was asked about it, she said no. She has not taken anything back. I want that to be clear. At all.
So as a man, how do you feel? How can you even look at her knowing that this is what happened in her life and she's willing to go to these limits to keep you in her circle?
For the first, I'm going to say this. We got to know each other emotionally first. So we built that bond first. And for her to do that really hurt. Like you said, all the allegations and accusations, that was the most hurt I was. Not the breakup, but her saying them and basically them being lies. Now, if it was true, I'm going to have to wear that as a man. Mm-hmm. But for it to be lies and for her to use that, like you said, then try to slander me.
But Derek, who was not even saying, well, she accused me of stuff, but she had not taken it back. He won't even admit, well, she did not take it back. Because I was like, no. I don't believe Derek when he say that Monique is lying. Because he said so casually as if people would believe him because Monique used to say he didn't do it. So he felt like he don't have to really defend himself or whatever. But something in my body said he not being honest.
She was just pretty much, no other word, she was bitter. She was bitter because it didn't work out because...
Bitter? Is Monique still affected by the fact that her and him ain't together? Yes. Yes. Do I think she's bitter? I don't think she's bitter. I think both of them like the attention. I think she is doing the same thing he doing. Both of them be on social media discussing the other one. So if Monique is bitter, so are you.
It was like a relationship that was founded where a lot of people didn't like. It was frowned upon. Dating an inmate and then coming home and for it to be all over the internet on TV, she had a lot to deal with, and I had a lot to deal with. And it was backlash from her family and the viewers of dealing with inmates. So for it to work out, she brought into all that negativity.
Well, first of all, we watch the show because we like the show. Like, we watch the show knowing we want to see if it's real or it's fake. So again, I don't think people watching the show had negative things to say about them in general. I feel like once they saw how she looked and they saw how he looked, the dynamic of his family and all the things we saw on the show, that's what made folk not like him and or her. But him making it seem as if, well, a lot was going on. It was like for her to deal with him seeing them. It's like, no, bro, you too.
Okay. So was the rumors what led her to do the things that she did? Was it the rumors because they were like, yo, when you, like, she said she found the iPad that you had while you was down, and she found like women on the iPad, and you was talking to all these different women, and all these different women was basically the same person she was to you. Like, you had like mad Monique's, isn't her name Monique, right?
Well, that's her name, yes,
like you had like 10 Monique's that was reaching out to you and all this. Is that really what happened when you came home and these women started going crazy for you? Because now you on TV, and that's a whole different animal.
First of all, let's not make it seem as if all the women want Derek. Is Derek a handsome looking young man? Sure. However, he's cocky as fuck. He's untrustworthy. And why the hell is he always doing interviews in the car? Are you homeless? If you homeless, just say so. I'm like, you are forever doing interviews in the passenger side seat of a car. The one time that you were driving. My point is, you don't have no phone holder in the car. Why the phone not up on the holder? Why you can't have no interview in the living room? Where you live? Where's the house? Between him and his interviews on in the damn car, Monique always doing stuff on her IG. We don't see her forehead. I'm not understanding what y'all doing around here.
Like, you understand? Like, I knew you wasn't prepared for that because nobody is. That first season, especially, this show was a popular show on Week, but nobody ever been as popular as y'all.
Lies. Michael, Megan, Sarah, they were popular for like 4 seasons. Angela and Tony, okay, they have Andrea and Lamar. Okay, you can tell when folk is talking who have not been watching the show to know how. My thing is, it's not about who comes to social media to do shit. No, we were watching the show to see them, to see the cast. Hell, Tracy and Clint, motherfucking crack. Okay, it angers me. It makes me. I'm saying it's frustrating that they're making it seem as if Derek and Monique made the show. They did not.
Like,
right?
Y'all whole situation is just next level for love after lockup.
Lies.
Do you think that she couldn't handle the things that were going on in your life once you came home?
And to be all the way honest, prior to us being on the show, she was heavy, like, on Facebook, on social media and whatnot. And that's how she found me. Like, she would troll and be on there for hours. But now the role was reversed. People were kind of trolling her. And she was like still watching the comments and looking at what everybody else saying. And it took a toll on her. And she...
Not him saying Monique used to be on social media trolling people. And now she can troll. I'm like, not girl. Not snitching. Not snitching. I agree, Angela. We have never seen any of the couples do full press and promotion. Ever. We've never seen that. I feel like because they weren't trying to be famous, I feel like they were just trying to live their life or whatever. And they like getting paid from the show. And I feel like now people are tired of Michael and of Derek and Monique. Fully. Because talking about y'all, Michael had a baby mama and a fiance We then found out he actually had married the baby mama while dating the fiance. Got the baby mama wife pregnant on the show from a whole other state. Okay, Michael had Sarah in New York, Megan in Texas, and then Maria in Florida. Tracy had Clint buying her crack. Andrea got pregnant by Lamar in a fucking prison broom closet. Yeah, they would beef on Twitter, but it wasn't them like doing interviews about shit. So I feel like, Derek, no. Hell, even Chevelle and old boy with the dreads from like 2 seasons ago. So it's like, we ain't gonna act like this the best season, man, please.
Projected off on me. Look at this, look what they saying, look at this, look at that. And I got a tough skin. I come from the streets, like where I don't believe everything I hear. I gotta see it. So when she sees things, she ain't know how to take it.
Okay. Sean, you want?
Yeah, I got a couple of questions for you. And I don't even mean it in a negative way. First and foremost, we know a lot of people. We all do. We know a lot of people who've been locked down, and they had these relationships when they end. But it's something to pass the time. It's something to get them through their bed. They got a girl putting money on their books, and when they come home, you come to quickly realize, like, yo, emotionally we was connected because I ain't had nothing else going on. For you, from your end, was this thing real, or was she somebody who, for the last 2 years of your bid, was just there and emotionally you rock with it? Like, yo, maybe it's something more than I even think.
No, we started off as friends, so it was real. We didn't rush into a relationship. Like, even though we wasn't on love during lockup, we was still in a relationship the whole time I was in. We had our ups and downs, and we was going through our trials and tribulations while I was in there. So we had faced challenges that we got over. So now we just was on TV. Like, we didn't apply to be on that show. They reached out to Monique through that same Facebook group that she was on, and asking the women in the group about their relationships with they incarcerated, whether it be brother, sister, partner, spouse, whatever the case may be. And then they heard Monique, and Monique told me they heard our story, and it just went like that. They heard the story, and they wanted us on the show. Like, they couldn't believe what type of story we had, and it went from there.
Y'all story ain't no different than nobody else. Like, it's a typical story. Single person in the world, looking for a boyfriend, finds prison website, dating site, prisoner reaches back out, now y'all dating. Like, it wasn't as if y'all had some long, drawn out story. It wasn't as if, we've never seen somebody meet somebody in prison. Now, him saying we did not apply to be on the show, to me don't mean shit. Because once y'all were asked to be on the show, y'all agreed to come on the show. And if she is in these prison groups on Facebook and was approached, well, whatever. But don't make it seem as, we didn't need this, but y'all still did it.
So most definitely was real.
Okay, so if you met Monique on the street, would you have talked to her if you wasn't locked up? If y'all just met in a club somewhere, and she came at you the way she did, is that somebody you would choose?
My 20-year-old self, I'm gonna say no. But when I met Monique, I was 28, 27. I was 27. You gotta remember, I did all that time, so I grew up. I grew into a man.
Nigga, what? You went to prison at 19. You did 9 years. I don't feel like a person being in prison raises them. Prison ain't a neighborhood. It's prison. So I'm glad he admitted, well, yeah, if I was out in the world, I would not have talked to her. That's true tea. That's fine because she wasn't your cup of tea. However, don't make it seem as, oh, I was in prison. I was raised as a man in prison. And because prison raised me, I learned that, what you saying is I accepted what it was. But you're not a man. You're not, because if you were, what's going on between you and her would not be going on. You childish.
So now it wasn't so much the outwardly appearance I was looking for. It was more so the quality character as a woman. That makes sense to you?
Yeah, it make perfect sense.
So at 20 years old, I can say with confidence I want to lift her way. But about me growing up, going through what I had to go through, learning myself and making adjustments I wanted to make in my life, I had to learn that it was more to a woman than her looks.
Fair enough. Go ahead, Rich.
So basically being down made you reevaluate life.
Exactly.
Made you look at people differently.
Exactly.
So, do you think that y'all could ever reconcile? Do you think that y'all could ever really get this relationship thing right?
I don't think so. I think what said was too damaging to my character, and it could have possibly landed me back in prison. Because
that's where I wanted to go with you. Like that's exactly where I wanted to go. She and we here with you right now. So
really? Y'all there with him? Okay.
We like with all respect to Monique and all the respect to women who suffered domestic violence. This is your words, and we taking you at your word that everything she said didn't happen.
Did not happen.
Correct. Do you think that she understood the gravity? Like you just did 10 joints. Her even saying, and I gotta believe that you still on parole.
It's how my situation is. I'm on federal and state parole. My federal judge is a female. My state parole officer is a female. My federal parole officer is a female. So if it had any validity to it, trust me, I'll be locked up. Like I tell everybody, when you on parole and you a convicted felon, it don't take much to be charged. It's probable cause. It's probable cause. It's not beyond a reasonable doubt. It's probable cause. That's like hearsay. Because I'm on parole. I'm a convicted felon. Granted, I'm not a violent offender. I was incarcerated for selling drugs. But still, at the same time, if my significant other is saying this right here, it don't take much for them to be like, you know what, I'm going to lock you up and pending investigation. So for me to be out to this day goes to show the truth of the matter.
No, that's a lie. I feel like he's using the fact that Monique did not speak up against him sooner. He's using the fact that she doesn't have any photographic proof that she's put out yet. You know what I'm saying? He's using the fact that I got all these female, PO and all. So what? So if you had male POs, you can beat a bitch ass. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the reason he ain't locked up is because, like other men who are abusive, the woman who they're abusing don't say nothing. So he can miss me with the bullshit. It doesn't make any sense. He also wants to make it seem as if, well, I'm innocent. I didn't do nothing. Because if I did, I'd be locked up. It's like a lot of men be abusive and they never go to jail. A lot of women will accuse a man of doing things and they never are believed. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's 100% some abuse shit going on between him and her. And that's the aggravating part. That he know why he wasn't locked up. It's because Monique did not tell anybody when it was going on.
Okay, and that's fair enough. Like, because she could have really did some damage in your life. And I'm sure that there's a lot of women who don't believe you. They're gonna take her at her word. And that's their right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad you put it to us that the judge in your case is a woman. And if there was any validity whatsoever, they would have violated you.
I'm gonna add this to it. This how much of a good person I am. Because look, Monique had my phone and she deleted all are videos with her being aggressive, saying a lot of things that she was going to do if things didn't work out, like how she was going to ruin me and make it be like so where nobody else wanted me, I would make me look unattractive and pretty much cancel me. She said that I had this on my phone, but I had another phone that had that one video. That's how God works in mysterious way. I swear I didn't think I even had the video on the phone.
What video?
The video of her choking me. But it's only one video.
Who took the video? Who took the video?
I had the phone in my hand. When she tried to, she tried to take my phone back. Y'all ain't see the video?
I seen the video.
I didn't see the video.
I saw it.
Yeah, I had the phone in my hand. She tried to take my phone. That's been a long-standing issue in our relationship. Every time my phone rings, I get a text. She's like, it's my phone, but she's in my phone. She's going through the data that goes, who calling me, who texting me every minute. So
that's like, how y'all going through all this shit in different states? Because she live in Chicago, well, different cities. She's in well, y'all are still in different states. She in Chicago, you in Cleveland. Both y'all accusing each other the same thing. Both y'all saying that, you know what I'm saying, y'all had proof in y'all phones that ain't there. Shut up, lying.
A lot more of her behavior that she showed on the show and that I know about her that hasn't been highlighted. Like certain things that she showed, it just goes to show like she was overbearing. She was overbearing. Ain't no other word to say. She was overbearing.
This voice you on, and we speak relationship talk, and we speak real, we speak raw, and 100%. Did you get it? And I'm asking you. I don't know you or your ex from a can of paint, right, except for what we see in the media. Okay. So I'm just asking you, man to man. Did you get that woman cause to wild out every time your phone went off? Like did she see something, or did you get sloppy, or was you out there doing your thing, and then now like you damn right. Like every time your phone go off, I remember the 10 other chicks that was calling that you say they was just friends or we was, you know, casual acquaintances, but I saw something that make me think otherwise. Or was she just a jealous woman and had no cause?
First and foremost, Monique, she's territorial. She had her own insecurities prior to me. And to answer your question, I didn't make it no better. Yeah, man to man, I ain't making
okay.
No better.
Okay.
I didn't help the
Fair
cause.
enough.
I didn't help the cause.
I'm going to say this, Sean. I'm going to say.
Shut up, Rich. Come on, Nikita. A whole fuckboy. A whole fuckboy. No, her, that's next. That's the next topic up. Actually, that's the last topic up. But a whole fuckboy. And I feel like he placed the blame on her too much. Her insecurities, which we know she did have. We're not going to act like she didn't have them. However, I felt like he played on those at the same time. He knew how she was, so she don't really want me to leave her. She don't really want me to be without her. So I'm going to do stuff that's going to make her feel like she may lose me, which will make her hold on to me tighter. Fuck boy.
This. The worst thing that can happen, and I tell people this all the time, like if I had known you before you went on Love After Lockup, I would have said, yo, bro, you're going on with this girl and there won't be no secrets. She gonna find out everything, and reality television is the #1 cause for the breakups of relationships, because a lot of shit that y'all went through, if y'all went through it one-on-one, you might have been able to get past it. But when the world see it, and now you a fucking rock star out here. You doing movies. You doing. I mean,
he not no fucking rock star. Rich, stop lying. He not no rock star. He in the he had one little part in a Tubi movie. Now he a rock star. And Rich making it seem as if the show ruined. I hope y'all can hear me because I think my signal is being low right now. So I hope y'all can hear me better because I'm got the camera off. But Rich making it seem like, oh, it's the show that ruined the relationship, because if I would have told you beforehand, the show can't. No, what ruined Monique and Derek is Monique and Derek. Okay, both of them played a part in the demise of the relationship because both of them actively was consistently on social media, always going live, adding people into their business. Had they took the time to get to know each other, because y'all met in while he was in prison. Y'all had not had any time together or alone off camera, and when the show stopped filming, y'all got active on social media versus y'all trying to get to know each other one-on-one. And he's making it seem like, and I mean, he by Rich and he by Derek, making it seem like, well, because the TV show didn't do this or because of Monique's whatever. Had y'all took the time between Love After Lockup filming and Life After filming, take that month or whatever time it was and just hang out together and not have everybody got business, it could have worked out. I mean, it would not have. I'm just saying. But I'm like, no, they wasn't going to make it because neither one of them wanted to put the work in to make their relationship work. They wanted to be on TV. They got exactly what they wanted. They got infamous from the show. And now y'all around here accusing each other things that I'm like, we TV not gonna have y'all on here next season at all. Just saying, y'all. Just saying.
You just moving, like you moving. And she looking at shit and the people are looking at her and they're like, yo, that nigga ain't like you. That nigga, like, why would that dude like you? I watched something with Funky Dineva the other day was talking about that relationship with y'all. He was like, yo, Derek is a good looking dude, blah, blah, blah. Why would he want her? That shit did not help a relationship. When she got to see that type of shit in the blogs, that shit does not help her and it fucks with her security. It makes you really, really, really insecure.
See how you see how you trying to blame Monique? Oh, because of what Funky Dineva said, it's gonna hurt her securities. Because of no, Derek did the damage. Derek did more of the damage by playing into that. And then we kept on saying, look, people have a feelings about how plus size folk, you know, can't get the best of this and that and that and this and whatever. However, we see fat ass men with skinny ass girlfriends and no one say nothing about that. But let a big woman get him. And I'm not saying that Derek wanted her and did not have no other motives. I do feel like, you know, as he said, they were friends at first. However, we know prison talk. The question really is, had Monique and Derek never got approached to be on Love at the Lockup, would he have stayed dating her once he got out of prison? That's the question. Because, of course, if you in prison, finna get off of prison, and you like, oh, a TV show? Okay. That's money. Because Derek got out of prison and went and got his hair done. Derek left prison and went and got his hair done. Derek got out of prison and said, let me get to the money. That's it. Let me get to the money. That's what he did. Okay. So he did know I'm gonna make something out of nothing with this right here. So how she doubted herself and how he treated her and how his family treated her. Because when they were filming the show, none of us knew them. This show was filmed in 2022. We didn't see it till just now. So all the stuff they went through, what he did to her, how he felt, how he acted, that was before anyone has seen them on TV. In current time right now, they're dealing with, you know, our reactions and stuff. So now, because we've now seen the show and they're active on social, we know the story. Now is the things where they can say, oh, the show and how. No, ain't nobody called Monique fat back in August of 2022 when he got out. No one. We didn't know her. Even when Elizabeth was posting shit on, so we didn't know any of them. None of them. So to make it seem as if Monique felt some kind of way based on fans, and I'm like, we didn't know the motherfuckers. She was already beefing with the sisters before we knew who any of them were. So again, miss me with the bullshit.
And for her to, and I'm gonna defend you on this because she said you beat her up, but then she come and she bonded you out, correct? Am I lying?
Yeah.
And let's not act like victims of abuse don't bond they people out of situations. Let's not act like victims of abuse don't take back what happened. Let's not act like that they don't try to protect their abusers. So we not gonna make it seem like, oh, Monique is some random liar because she didn't send you to jail. She's because she got you out of jail. So she must be lying. Rich, shut up.
She came, she bonded you out. Then she did an interview and said that everything she said was lying.
No. See, now he lying. Monique never went on any interview and said she was lying. When Derek's sister, Elizabeth, was saying Derek beat up Monique, when they were on Way Up with Anthony Yee, they asked Derek if he had abused anybody. He said no, Monique didn't say shit. When Monique did an IG interview with some dude or whatever, and he asked, would Derek beat your ass? She said, well, no. Every time she was still with him is when she was denying he was abusive. Once they fell out, she then said, well, he was beat my ass. But we know for a fact a lot of women admit and acknowledge the abuse they went through once they are no longer with the abuser. So, Rich, for you to be up on here, and you have daughters, motherfucker. So for you to be up here defending and mislabeling and having complete miscommunications of understanding of what happened, shut up. Again, Monique never recanted what she said. I don't want that false info out here. She was denying he did it before she said he did it. She was denying what Elizabeth had put out there.
Because she was mad because y'all had just had a high-speed chase and she was chasing down chicks that was trying to fuck with you.
That lets us know how dumb Brit is, because that happened on episode 1. That happened on episode 1 of Love After Lockup. That happened a couple days after he first got out of prison. That is not anything recent. So the fact that Brit is saying she was chasing down girls who, nigga, that happened before Elizabeth said he put his hands on her. So I want y'all to know, people be putting out the wrong information for no reason. Because you should not be doing interviews if you don't have the right information.
In a club. And it all came to a head. So I'm not defending your actions because you just admitted that you didn't make it better. But at the same time, when y'all doing this reality thing, man, there is no turning back from that. Girls is looking at it. They posting. They in the blogs. They talking, and that shit is rough.
And also, how people do on Love After Lockup versus Love and Hip Hop is two different things. Like on Love and Hip Hop, because it's been around for years, most of them are regular cast. They do be on social media saying and doing things that been in the blogs. That's not how Love After Lockup works. So don't make it seem as if, well, yeah, women or Monique or whoever will be saying and doing stuff on social media. It's stupid. He looks stupid. Dumb. This loud and wrong and with a Jerry curl drip on his damn hair. Oh, loose lip. Have fun. You got my damn nerve.
Delicate. It's real delicate.
Super delicate. Super delicate. But you got anything else for him, Sean?
You talking to somebody else now?
I'm single. I'm enjoying, the day in life. I'm having fun. I ain't gonna lie.
We get ready to get to that. I'm glad you opened that door. I'm glad you opened that door.
You know,
Yeah, you know where I was going, Rich, but go ahead.
it's all love. You know, it's all love.
So you're a single man right now,
Right.
and you out here enjoying life.
Yeah.
Little
Finding
Birdie
peace.
got on. There's 20-something hundred people in this room right now, D. Somebody told me a little birdie said you want to shoot your shot at somebody out there.
Yeah, I'm looking
Now this right here is pitiful.
for a vet, you know, mature woman, got some season. So I mean, you know, I come with understanding about life. You know, we can come together, we can have a talk. You know, a date or something. I'm looking for something. You know, I'm gonna go back to my preference, man. You know, my younger days, they always treated me real well. So light skin, long hair. You know, I'm gonna see what Carly Red is talking about. I like
This little motherfucker who just told us that after growing up in prison making him a man, that he realized you have to look at women for more than just their looks. He then gonna now say he gonna go back to his old ways. He wants light skin, long, pretty hair, and gonna say Carly Red. First of all, she old enough to be your mama. Okay. Secondly, you don't have enough money for her to date you. And I'm not calling Carly Red a sack chaser, a gold digger, but I would hope she would not pull a Martell and Sheree and try to combine two shows on two different networks. Because if Bravo and OWN are like, you know, the two battling things for, you know, Love of Mary Huntsville and then Housewives of Atlanta, I feel like WeTV and VH1 will be compatible. And if I ever see Carly Red take this little munchkin serious, he one day Carly Red, and this look, Carly Red is out of his league. That man don't even have a house. And we know this because he's always doing interviews in the car, by the bushes, by the trees. Carly Red.
that one.
You like Carly Red?
Yeah, I like her. I like her. She's seasoned. She can handle me. You know, I can handle her.
Nigga. I wonder if Derek realized he's making. You know who like Derek? The kind of people who will like Derek is like, and this don't teach no shade, hood rat people. I mean, like true, like hood rat people. You know what I'm saying? Like people in the hood. I think Derek wants a hood rat person. Scrap De Leon was on a season messing with Carly Red. However, Scrap De Leon was a bit older, and he had his hands in different pots that allowed him to be on the same level as Carly Red. I'll say that without saying too much. I don't even think Suki would take him. Derek is a baby. He may be 29 in age or 30 in age, but Derek is really 19 in his head.
You know, me and Carly kind of cool. I can arrange that. I can arrange that, yo.
Till I say what's up.
Yo,
No.
yo, everybody in the chat right now, I want y'all to go on Carly Red page and say Rich Dollas said that. My nigga Derek said what's up. And I got his number, and I can DM you her number and DM her your number, and y'all can make this love connection.
Hey, so look.
Dog, if Carly Red brings that man on Love and Hip Hop on a blind date, I'm a punch on her throat.
Look. So you was mentioning the Creek Squad, right? So my father, you know, I come from the pedigree of the Dangerous Crew.
What?
You feel me? So you know what I'm talking about.
No.
Facts.
I'm gonna speak my mama, speak my truth. You know, I am who I am. So we can most definitely.
Why they both confused? The bald man confused. Bridget is confused. Derek is confused. What does that mean?
Make that happen, man. Pleasure meeting y'all, man. I appreciate the advice, the dialogue, and like before I leave, I do not support, condone domestic violence. I was raised by my grandmother. You know, I got a soft spot for women. I treat them with the utmost respect.
Lies. Because technically, you have not said anything positive about Monique this whole damn time.
Anything you want to get off, Sean, before we go?
Nah, I just want to say, like that's always a horrible accusation, man. I mean, it's bad enough that you got the felon, up under your name. So I'm glad you was able to come in and clear the air. I'm sorry things ain't work out with you and your woman, but just keep looking forward, my G. And the best I would tell you is don't get locked into nothing until you're ready for it. Like,
I'm gonna add this too, because I'm gonna get a fella some hope. Since I've been able to get 3 of my convictions expunged too. Yeah.
word?
Oh, word.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's dope, Nick.
So
Congratulations. I
a
ain't
lot
know
of
that.
people a lot of people don't see that on that side. So like more and more you get to know me and hopefully see me on TV, get to start seeing me being like a motivation, inspiration to those who walked in my shoes.
That's
So
dope.
I'm gonna leave with that, man. It's still hope.
Where you at? In Ohio
I'm in
somewhere?
Cleveland. No, I'm in Cleveland. It's a little different. I'm in Cleveland.
Got you.
Yeah.
Ain't Cleveland in Ohio? That man said, "Is you in Ohio?" He said, "No, I'm in Cleveland." Ain't Cleveland in Ohio? Am I tripping? Ain't in Cleveland in Ohio? Am I tripping? Or is he drunk?
I'm in Cleveland.
But
All right, done
so,
deal.
go ahead, Sean.
No, I said keep up the good work. Good job.
Yo,
Most definitely.
Man, fuck Derek. Look, that whole interview pissed me off. You hear me? Pissed me off because I feel like he up here being fake and fugazi, being completely fake and fugazi. Now he did, and I forgot I had part of because Monique went live, and I forgot that she went live. Because I only caught like 8 minutes of it. Okay, I didn't have time to fast forward either, so we're gonna hit like 8 minutes. I feel because I was commenting on there too, and I feel like Monique consistently wants to act like she wants to ignore that man, but she not. So she saw, his live with them people. Oh, first of all, I need y'all to do what? Like the video. Because like it is the thing to do. Okay. So Monique heard or found out that he was doing the live with, Rich No Dollars and the bald head man. And I don't know who the bald head man is. Okay. So I felt like Monique, if you done with that man, be done with that man. But she popped on live. Now, at first, I'm like, is she on the airplane? Is she in the car? Because Monique go live and then never show her face. She only showed the ceiling. Okay, so we're gonna hear what she said and then see the proof she posted as Derek abuse allegations.
You want to make the blogs, you want clout, whatever the case may be. I'm gonna give you since you went out your way to sit up there and talk shit and make me out to be a liar. I'm gonna show you I'm not a liar. He's definitely he trying to manipulate the whole world too. Like he keeps talking about if everything I was saying is true, why he not in jail? You're not in jail because number one, when you hit me on camera, production didn't call the police on you then. Because
now when you hit me on camera, production did not call the police. So she's accusing the production of not protecting her. They're gonna sue her. Her and Derek will never be on WeTV again. Okay. When that girl accused Chris, that girl with the fake lips, and she was she like Mexican or whatever? And then Black Chris, when Black Chris was accused of beating up on old girl, they just stopped filming with them. Like we never seen Chris again. So a part of me feel like once they are aware of abuse, if they witness it, they don't have them on there because they got rid of them too. So part of me is like, man, what happened? I don't know.
I told them I didn't want to press charges on you. And the reason why you're not in jail after you hit me off camera is because I didn't call the police on you. That's the reason why you're not in jail.
That's what I said. I said that's why it ain't because he didn't do nothing. It's because nobody, one, called the police, or two, pressing charges.
No, I'm only talking about it because he started keep making it seem like I'm a liar, like I lied on him. Never once lied on him. Yes, you want to be famous so bad, so it's like you want to be famous, I'm finna make you famous.
Not you go make that man famous. You not I really feel like they believe they are famous. I don't know why.
I'm finna make you famous. I'm not showing my face. It doesn't benefit me none, but I'm tired of Derek doing these interviews lying. Like, you better off just not even bringing up the whole domestic shit. Like, you better off just not talking about it.
Now, why I agree that neither one of them need to keep talking. I also feel like you can't expect him to not defend himself when someone asks him if he did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I want both of them to shut up. However, I do feel like if he's in the interview and someone asks him about what you said he did, he not gonna not address it, because that's gonna make it seem as if, well, he did that shit. He did that shit. He did that shit. So I feel like he's responding because of the accusation. I feel like he don't need to do no more interviews, because at this point, what's the interview for? So at this point, she has already accused him of doing something. There aren't any charges against him. Y'all broke up. There's nothing new to tell. So I don't get why either one of y'all go live about what the other one said.
Definitely sick of it. No, I did move on. But that man, he was trolling me all day yesterday on the internet, and I didn't even say nothing.
I'm like, how was he trolling you? And I asked that because at one point she gonna say how she has them blocked, and I commented on this one. I said, if he has you blocked, you can't see his shit. I said, if you blocked him, you should not be able to see what he's doing because you have him blocked. So how is he trolling you if you have him blocked? I'm confused.
Wasn't even saying nothing about him, didn't say nothing to him, and he literally just trolling me on the internet all yesterday. Like, if doing one interview wasn't enough, like, you did one interview with Rich Dollas, you got on your own live talking crazy, then you get on live with a no-name bitch talking shit, then you get on live with a bitch you laid up with talking shit about me. Like, I don't get it. Like, you was just doing too much. Like, don't.
Why do you, if y'all broke up, he is abusive, you don't want to be with him, who cares if he's on a live with a bitch? Who cares if he is on his TikTok with some girl? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares if he have a new girlfriend he banging? Who cares? He a piece of shit. Who cares?
I'm not, because he's so corny. I'm not hiding. I didn't say nothing. I let him do all his interviews, all his press yesterday, and didn't say nothing. Didn't even say nothing last night. to Atlanta.
And then she go on to Atlanta and she keep posting, book me for shows. I got bookings. I got openings. I'm like, I don't know if they want to see you, Ma. I don't know. I just don't know. And then I feel like Monique and Derek have outstayed their welcome. I feel like, what else can you say? I feel like, what's the point of doing interviews? First of all, Monique barely be talking half the time. So I feel like she's trying to do more social media stuff to, make him feel like, see, I don't need you. But I'm like, I don't think that's really what anybody who is on their live and won't show their face. Like, y'all doing things to aggravate each other.
I did try to let it go, but he keep poking me. He keep poking the bear. He keep poking the bear. So, yeah.
I didn't cut it down, y'all. So any pauses in here, we got to get through it.
I'm not gonna not keep saying nothing, because if I don't address it, if I don't nip it in the bud, he's gonna keep going on about it. I don't know what he is, but I do know I definitely seen some sketchy activity in that phone.
Sketchy activity. So he gay? Is he gay now? Because what other sketchy activity could you see in his phone? What could it be? And if it's sketchy activity in his phone, why do you care what y'all? They both want attention.
Definitely sketchy activity. And don't try to make it seem like I'm bitter, like I want to put that shit on him. No, and I'm going to show y'all how he been doing sketchy shit when I found out the month after he got out of prison. Derek, no, I keep everything on my phone. I keep every single text message on my phone.
She keep every text in her phone. But she was saying how all of the photos she had is gone.
And so, yeah. And this is going to be, when I say what I have to say, I'm going to talk about it one time and that's it. I don't want to hear nothing else about it.
She said that last time. The last time she went live, show her forehead. Then she said, this is the last time you're dressing it. I ain't going to dress it no more. And look at us. Look at us. Discussing it some more.
What kind of activity? I'm finna post it. I'm on my way, girl. I should make it there at like 10 o'clock. I had a late start. Yes, he needs to be honest about who he is and what's going on. Like he definitely shouldn't be lying to people. That's a fact.
The fact that Akbar V is befriending Monique and we hanging out with Monique in Atlanta, I feel like that's trouble on the way. You hear me? Also her saying, I don't know what he need to be honest. She called that man gay.
Cause I wanted to believe that. Anyways, girl, I should be there. Hey Akbar, I should be there at like 10 o'clock. I had a late start. We left kind of late today. I'm sorry. I tried to be the bigger person yesterday. I ain't say nothing, but that's just I can't. Not good night. Why are you telling me good night, CJ? You know what? I don't know. Like, I wanted to be wrong. I basically told myself otherwise. Like, you know what? This can't be it. This can't be true.
Oh, hallelujah.
Yeah.
And she got out to something about some post.
Because, like, I was cool. It's like you just constantly kept talking about me and bothering me yesterday. Like, you was just better off, like, if you want to call it your girlfriend, whatever case may be, like, move on, do that. But you literally in this girl bed talking about me. Literally in her bed talking about me. How do I share my screen with y'all? Can I share my screen with y'all? Girl, you talking about next subject. You on next subject. Get off the live. Get on.
She was talking for some more minutes. I can't. She getting on my goddamn nerves. Yeah, she needs therapy fully. So she ended up saying because she don't know how to share her screen on IG. She like, check my page. I'm gonna show y'all stuff. Now, people who post proof and receipts on their social media only to delete it later, I feel like you on some bullshit. Because Monique made some posts. Okay? She made some posts. And because, you know what I'm saying, I love y'all enough, I'm going to read what she said once I blow it up on my screen because I can't see. So, the caption of her post said, so Derek, since you keep insisting on doing these interviews lying about hitting me, explain this. She says, first pick, messages between myself and someone from production team. Production knew Derek was putting his hands on me, but they turned a blind eye because we was good TV. Alan, who's the executive producer, had a conversation with Derek before about putting his hands on me. The last time we filmed was in Chicago before he proposed. He busted me in my nose and mouth. I had pics, but he deleted them out of my phone. So all I have are text conversations. Other screenshots are conversations I had with my best friend about the times he was fighting me in Cleveland. Every time we filmed, they had to shut down because Derek was always putting his hands on somebody. He even slapped the fuck out of his sister while production was there filming. He left there in a rage, and they called me to warn me not to open the door for him because he was being so crazy. Stop lying. Now, when she said the last time they filmed was in Chicago before he proposed, I'm like, well, then how the fuck did we see the proposal? We saw the proposal. So that confuses me. Now, I don't know why she blocked out so much stuff. Like, the stuff she blocked out here, to me, is weird. Because how you want to show us a conversation, but you're blocking out part of the conversation. So the first part said, did you mention anything to production about what I told you the other day? We don't see what their response was. Yes, no, anything. To me, their response matters. We then see her saying, I knew you didn't. He said Alan told him to stop putting his hands on me or he's done with him. We then don't see what else she said or they said. To me, that's a fucked up receipt. Okay, if you was going to Neiman Marcus, you could not return some Louis Vuitton shoes with this receipt. This receipt ain't receipting. We then see another message or whatever, the person's name and number, the number is crossed off. It says, girl, they suspended filming. Derek slapped his sister. What? Why? And which one? Brianna, his real sister, laughed out loud. I don't know. She slapped him twice and busted his. She slapped him twice and busted his front car window. They suspended the show because he slapped her, but didn't suspend it when his sister, in quotation, hit my sister. She's a man too. So why the double standard? It's crazy to me, but I'm really done with the show. This was in November of last year. Yeah, I would think the same thing. That's insane. Did they try stopping her from doing all of that to him? Nope, I wasn't there. The EP called me like, I'm sure Derek was on the way over there. Don't open the door for him. I'm like, why? She's like, he just got into a fight with his sister, and I'm trying to protect you for your safety. She then again crossed out whatever it was that was said. Again, sometimes, right, too edited. Too edited. I feel like when you want to expose somebody for being an abuser and you want to show what it is, show what's being said. Okay. She also posted these. Okay. Again, she posted a whole bunch of things. Let me open up this one so I can see what these say. I gotta blow it up so I can see it. Blow it up, blow it up. You can't see. So it says, and again, we can't see who she's talking to. But this was at least sometime in September. Because there's one date that says September 15th at 5:49 a.m. or whatever. So something around that time. But we see someone say, yes, I'm Bobby with Derek's family. How are you? Okay, just checking. Somebody then said it goes at 5:49 a.m. You up? Yeah, but can you text because my mouth and face started back hurting me and I can't really talk. Okay, I'm done with Derek. For real this time. He been putting his hands on me. He slapped the fuck out of me the other day. Yesterday while he was filming in the car. He hit me twice. I guess he lost his cool and forgot the camera was in the car. So we had to stop filming and they made him leave the hotel and put me in another hotel. I damn near almost fought his sister yesterday. His family is so much drama. But then see someone saying, when you leaving their ass so messy, all of them going, all of them, oh my God, girl, they fake as fuck, probably was only cool with you for the show and then turn on you again. I would not trust these people. And why the fuck Derek slap you? She said, I was staying till Sunday, but leaving tomorrow. I'm done filming today. Again, she white out whatever else it said. We was arguing about his sisters, and I told him to shut the fuck up. I told him to shut the fuck up, and he hit me. After that, I called him a bitch, and he hit me again. I was driving, so I couldn't hit him back. I pulled over because I was going to beat the fuck out of him, and then producers came running to the car to get me out. We don't see what that person said back. But she then said he slapped me in the hotel because I called him a bitch. She said, yes, bet you come home. It ain't safe. And Monique, you got to stop calling niggas bitches. Girl, please stop calling niggas bitches. They then, and again, when she posted this third one, she had showed the person's name. No, she had showed a phone number. So I cut that part out because I wasn't finna show nobody's phone number. Because I ain't gonna get sued. It says, I'm not for the game. You took me there. Oh, that might have been Derek's phone number because I think this is him talking. I'm not for the game. You took me there. I'm not okay with how you disrespected me on camera. Derek, we disrespected each other. It's not right. We are both wrong. You should have held your temper. He then said, you started the bitch word first. Never would I call you a bitch on camera. I told you to shut the fuck up. And you hit me. I called you a bitch after you hit me. He then said, you took me there. I just told you about that with my brother Darren. Then you do it. I didn't hit you. You on bullshit. I'm not on bullshit. I'm not filming right now. She then crossed out whatever it was she said back to him. Now, if y'all remember, when they were riding around in that car, and it was after she was fussing with his sisters, she was in the car and she did call him a bitch. Now, I think we were saying, even when it happened, girl, stop calling him a bitch. I don't recall me saying he probably hit her, but I remember the scene of them driving and him getting out or whatever. saying he was gonna go somewhere else or something. I remember that happening. That happened during Love After Lockup, not Life After. So that was all. But that was all the first week of them meeting, and it's weird. Yeah, thank you. And she told him I would beat. Yep. She threatened to beat him up. He said, "You ain't gonna do shit." I remember that scene. They had pulled over. The producers did come to the car, but she's saying on camera he hit her. Now, I know WeTV ain't the best. I know WeTV ain't the best. However, I can't see them allowing, because again, at that, this is the weird thing. All of this happened before any of it aired. So I just wonder, why would WeTV keep them and nothing had aired yet? No one had called them good TV yet. Like all of that was in August of 2022. We hadn't seen shit at that point in time. So that's weird that she's making it seem as if, you know what I'm saying, the show was already popular because of them. And so that's why WeTV did not do anything. Now, I feel like if once Love After aired and they then reshot scenes with them once they saw how the show went on, but I'm like, that's still dumb because he's still putting his hands on her. Now, if she's allowing it and she's saying it ain't no big deal, he not really beating up on me, and they listen to her, it's still some crazy shit. But even her friends saying, girl, stop calling dudes bitches. You know, you gotta stop calling dudes bitches. That ain't the thing to do. Now, she posted also this stuff right here. It's the last of it. And she is, wait, let me remove that. So this, and again, these texts that she had posted, she left up the person's phone number. And I'm like, I don't want to have a phone. So you could see a phone number at first. So that's why that part is cut off, because I did that. But anyway, this thing say, I'm cool. They're talking legal criminal investigation. I'm cool. I'm done. We did enough. It's enough for a season. I'm done. I'm done filming. I got things to do. So to me, it sounds like he was like, that must have been after Love After was filming. Now, we don't see what she crossed out her reply. Then he said, yeah, I'm cool. You didn't have my back. Did it up for me. She then said, yeah, I did. You don't know the conversation I had with them. They're not done with us. They need us to cool down. That's it. That's all. They said they're not calling the police, and it's not a legal problem. He then said, I'm cool on the relationship. I got to get my life in order. They're not trying to help me get my life in order. I'm going in Uber. She then said, I'm gonna get you soon. They're making me switch hotels. She then said, do all of what? While they're in the hotels? And she said, legally, they have to do that. I'm going to pick you up when I'm done. Legally, meaning why you have to legally change hotels. She said, production, nobody calling the police on you. They not pressing no charges. Everything's fine. Be cool. Sirius called me and told me, but it's still sketchy, fishy. She then said, I'm coming to get you. He said, why? We can fight? Why? So we can fight? You just called me a bitch. I'm cool, go to sleep. And then lastly, we see the stuff from November of her saying, you have no remorse for anything. I really can't believe you did me like this tonight. Done deal. Take care. God bless. When he said God bless, I got a big ass bruise on my face. Your aunt called me and I told her everything, you piece of shit. I really should report your bitch ass. As a matter of fact, I am. He said, God bless. All this really show is that whatever was going on, both of them were like toxic, Because if he is doing stuff, she's telling production to not. Yeah, Monique is in the blue. Monique is in blue and Derek is in gray. But I feel like it doesn't make her seem innocent or whatever. It makes it seem as if she was covering for him the whole time. Like the whole time. So she had posted all that stuff on her page. She then deleted it. So somebody commented and said, that's Monique, of course. Somebody commented and said, Monique, put it back up. Stop taking it down. Talk your shit. She then said, I'm done. I just want him to stop saying I'm lying and move on. He's discussing me while he laid in the bed next to another woman, all while claiming he moved on. Clearly he hasn't. And I'm like, I want y'all both to shut the fuck up. I agree, RL. The text, at least these texts here, make it, because it's him saying like he wants to break up. When he said I'm cool on a relationship, I felt like that was him saying, yeah, nah, we done. And it do seem like it's her, saying, nah, don't be done, we're gonna be good. Now, it's like if she's in there because she wants him to stay in the relationship, or she's in there because she wants them both to stay on the show. I don't know. But I feel like that doesn't fully prove that I don't know. It's a bunch of shit. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I don't need either one of them to come on anything and say anything else. I need them both to shut the up. I don't think either of them needs to be back on the show next season, even though Derek could technically still get back on the show next season because he's an inmate. And he said that on the interview or whatever. He said, because I'm an inmate, it's called up as a lockup, I could come back even if it's not with Monique, because it's my life after prison. Lastly, Danae Jackson, who is Derek Jackson's wife, soon to be ex-wife, did a 3-hour interview on a podcast yesterday. When I tell y'all I can't get them 3 hours back, I don't know what to do. It was a whole bunch. Now, we not gonna have no watch along. I just took some notes. About what she said. Now, I feel like, first of all, I never knew who Derek Jackson was. I was not a subscriber of his content. I still don't know I don't know what he did. I believe he was a don't be a fuckboy mentor. Okay, he was around here trying to play self-help guru to women who could be dating fuckboys. And he was supposed to be this honest, amazing man. He's married. At the time when stuff popped off, I think they had 2 kids. They now have 3 children, I believe. And I feel like everybody was like, I can't believe he's cheating. That's crazy. He's supposed to be, a guru of telling people to be this, that, or the other. Now, when we seen the news come out that he had been cheating on his wife, I mean like cheating. It was shocking. Mainly because when they came on live, they did an interview together. Not an interview. They made a video together, basically addressing the rumors of him cheating on her. She sat there and was with him, in defense of her marriage. And as a woman, you do want to defend your husband. You want to defend your marriage. Okay. So basically, he ain't shit. And while we feel bad for her, while she was around here caping for him hard. When I seen that she was doing an interview, I think called the Wifey Podcast that she was on, I still feel like she's a bit delusional. This is why. So in an interview, Danae Jackson, it's gonna be about 15 minutes, y'all. So give me about 15 minutes, okay? First. Like the video. Because liking is the thing to do. Okay, y'all ready for this conversation? Because I'm going to stay off camera. Yes, it was on the Dear Future. Again, go watch, because it was a two-parter. Go watch the whole thing if you want to hear all the information. I ain't got all that. Okay? I barely got through the whole damn thing. So, first of all, she talks about her parents because her mom was 16, her dad was 18 when they had her. Her dad died when she was 12. Okay? And she spoke about how she always had this feeling of abandonment because one, her parents was so young when they had her, and then her dad kind of was like an absentee parent. Okay, he wasn't around much. He wasn't a present father at the much. He would break promises or whatever. I'm saying she felt like she was the issues of fights between her dad and his stepmama when she was over there visiting. So she speaks about her childhood trauma, about feeling like her father was just never there for her. And then when he died, she, again, she lost her father. Okay. So that means the bullshit started when she was a baby. Mainly because her parents had her so fucking young. And I think that's the thing. When you have parents who have children while they're still children, we have to remember having a baby at 16 doesn't make you an adult if you're not mentally there. You know what I'm saying? And not to make it seem as if her parents were right for being bad parents. I'm just saying we have to remember that kids are kids, and us as adults, I think once we get older, we realize, okay, I can't fault my daddy who had me at 18, because at 18 I was out in these streets. Anyway, so for her, she said I was always trying to get my dad love and attention. So when he died, that kind of died with him, and so I'm out here in this world. She then speaks about her being a victim of a sexual assault while she was 19 years old in college at a party, and she never told anybody. So again, another traumatic experience for her in life. Now, when she said that she never told anyone about that experience that she had in college, but she met Derek in college. She met Derek in college at 19, 3 weeks after her assault. Okay. She brings up how he was very. I tried my best to find photos of them from college. Could not find none. All I really found was stuff from like their wedding or whatever. So I just left these pictures up. That's all we're gonna look at. Okay. So she brought up how he was very, very charming. How she felt like he was charming, he was funny. And she realized, well, now that she started a relationship before she even healed from her assault, because again, 3 weeks after what happened to her is when she met him. She's like, I felt like then I was the ugly duckling. You know what I'm saying? I was a smart girl, but an ugly duckling. You know what I'm saying? I was an awkward person. I came from an all-white high school. It took some adjusting. It took adjusting to be at this all-black college. He introduced me to Black culture through our relationship. And then a month after the meeting, he asked her to be his girlfriend. And I was like, okay. Now, when she said, he was like the cute jock on the football team, and I was a quiet girl from an all-white high school. I was a bit thick or chubby in the marching band. So it made me feel like, did he pick somebody he saw as someone he could manipulate? Someone who, isn't really from Black culture. Because as she said, she came from an all-white high school. So did he see her as this, ugly duckling type of girl? And not that she was ugly. You know what I'm saying? But if she said she just felt a way about how she looked back then. And starting from her as a kid, feeling like her father, wasn't really there. The assault then happens. And then the person she meets, this handsome, charming football player who likes me. Oh, he likes me? So that's where the bullshit started with them. So when she then said, and again, y'all, if y'all want to hear her full story, because I can't, it's hard to cover all 3 hours. You have to go and watch the 2 videos that equals up to 3 hours yourself. Okay. Now, they got married 9 years later. They dated for 9 years. They was both 19. They got married around 28 years old. But it was always some bullshit. Now, she said that even though they were a couple, at the same time, she said it was a lot of off and on. I said, how? Because when someone say we got married 9 years later, but then says, we were an official couple, but it was a whole lot of off and on. So it was more of a situationship than a relationship leading up to our marriage. I was like, what? She did not want to even use the words commitment for the 9 years of dating they had, because to her, it wasn't really commitment because of the off and on shit. It was a situationship. She said at times we were committed, but leading up to the marriage, it was a lot of off. I'm like, so y'all were barely together? She then said, again, from the times of them being together in college, after he asked her to be his girlfriend, she said there were always other women he was involved with, he dated, that he was having sex with. And she was aware of these things. I was like, Lord Jesus. Now, she brought up how at one point, she had a friend who she tried to use to make him jealous. Okay. She asked the friend, hey, I need you to help me make him jealous. I want you to, I want him to see us together and for him to be, I'm like, so, but again, crazy shit you do because even to currently, as of this week, Danae is only 33. I did not know she is only 33. Meaning, 2-3 years ago, when this shit was happening, she had just turned 30. All the bullshit she went through with that man, she was in her 20s. Because I went through shit in my 20s. So I'm like, damn. Now, she went through worse than me. I'm just saying. Okay? Anyway. She tried to use one of her friends to make him jealous or whatever because she said, I had sat there and I had watched him have sex with other women because he had videos in his phone. So when they were in college and she was supposed to his girlfriend, he was out here having sex with multiple other women and recording it on his cell phone. So she said, because she felt the need to go through his phone, I felt something different. I felt something, was going on. Something like, she's like, me being this a victim, of assault, like I can feel stuff when someone touches me, and how it was different. I'm a snooper. I like to snoop around, and I found what I was looking for. I found video on his phone of him having sex with different women, and I would sit there and watch it. She then said she never confronted him about what she saw because she feared he would leave her. If I confront him of what he did, he may leave me. So I'ma be hurt and distraught. It created all this bitterness in me, all the spitefulness in me, because I'm seeing what he's doing, but I ain't saying nothing. I'm just pissed and upset. She said, so when I would catch the stuff in his phone, she's like, I would sit in a closet and cry. And I would sit and cry, waiting for him to find me in the closet crying so I could confront him. But once he would catch me in the closet crying, I would just, say I was crying about something else. And she like, I would never go through with going off on him. I would just suck it all up. Again, this is shit from back when they were in college. So I really, really feel like the gotcha for me. I'm gonna pop on screen for a second. I'm trying to have this as like a podcast thing, but I want y'all to see me when I say this. What's sad is he's always been a fuckboy. What's sad is she's always known who he was, what he do, how he do it, and she stayed. Because as she said, she feared if she told him what she knew, he would leave her. But she always knew how he was, what he was, and what he did since college. Okay, I'm back off screen. Again, he would catch her crying in the closet, but she would just blame, I'm crying over something else. Okay. She then said how they were not even together before getting married. I was like, well, how the fuck y'all get married? Now, she says how because of what she had witnessed about him doing whatever, she had became hostile towards him. She was she was pissed. Bottom line. And so he did not like how she treated him. Even though she was aware of him dealing with other women. And I mean sexually. She brought up how this was basically in the beginning of his career. The beginning of him talking about what someone should or shouldn't do. I'm like, not him out here speaking up against men being fuckboys and women accepting fuckboy behavior when he was literally a fuckboy. He was literally telling folk to not be with somebody like him. He was literally speaking from experience. He was telling you what I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing, but then say don't do it. So she brought up how they were living in North Carolina. They had chose to move to Atlanta, but they had chose to move to Atlanta before falling out. And because the plans were already in motion, they both moved to Atlanta. They were still having sex. He also was still having sex with other women that she was aware of. She was a willing participant in his fuckery. And she's admitting how I knew this and I knew that. She said there were times where I was aware that after being with me, I was aware that another woman would be on her way. And sometimes I would just stay longer just because I knew he had a rotation. Sometimes we would pass each other in the hallway. And the whole time she's talking, I'm like, bitch, what? But I have to remind myself, She's currently 33. So this is her in her 20s. And I'm like, I had an ex. And me and this ex baby mama will be back and forth in it. And what I mean is, he was a cheater. I was probably 20. This is between the ages of like 23 and like 25. Maybe 23 and 26 years old. And me and my boyfriend, we were a couple. Now, me and the baby mama, we never was like, it was never a thing of like, either of us actively knew he's fucking her right. It wasn't that. However, he was a cheater. And sometimes he would just cheat. And we would argue. But I feel like the only reason it was different is because I wasn't like a willing participant in it like that. But I was like, bitch, I ain't going nowhere. You ain't here, I am. Like, it wasn't no she coming to the house as I'm leaving. It wasn't that. But now, as I'm 41 years old, looking back on 23-year-old Jaylee, I lived part of his life. Meaning, I had a boyfriend who cheated on me, and I knew he had cheated. I knew he had cheated on me, but he was not always actively cheating on me. It was like a rotation thing. But I feel like if it was ever a part to where I'm leaving and she coming over and we passing each other, it's going to be a fight in the hallway. I'm so happy I'm through that. Oh, Jesus. Okay. But it's only weird to me to hear this story because she stayed through it all as if nothing was wrong. So she then said, again, after she's knowing he's having sex with all these other women, they're all a participant in it. She then got pregnant with their first child. However, she said she got pregnant with the first child, even though she had already had 3 abortions. I said, bitch, what? Now, she didn't say at what ages she had the 3 abortions or whatever, but over the 9 years of them dating, from when they met in college to 9 years later, in between that time of some frames, she had already had 3 abortions. And so she was pregnant at this point with the first child she actually gave birth to, She says, even after getting pregnant, even after she knew she was pregnant, she was still one of the women he had in his rotation. Now, with me and my ex, at one point, I just said, I'm done. I'm done. Like, I was just done. I was fully done with him. And when I got done with him, he ended up marrying another girl, the baby mama. Now, I heard they weren't happy, but that's on them. My point is, I took myself out of the bullshit between me, him, and her. Now, just one other person, But again, this is 10 years ago. Well, no, 20 years ago. I'm 41. Girl, wait. We stopped talking when I was 26. Was I 26? How old was I when me and him stopped talking? Yeah, it was. Girl, math ain't mathing. Yes, around 26. Anyway, again, she's pregnant, but she's still one of the women in his rotation. Okay, so she called the mama. She called his mama. Come on now. Low self-esteem is very expensive. It'll cost you everything, every time. We've all played the fool some time, but now boo-boo the damn fool. Her relationship was it was a lot of fuckery. A lot of fuckery. Lot of it. Baby, if you live long enough, you done stayed with the wrong one too long. A man won't do it again. Not ever. She was probably his security. He used her to get through college or something and then developed some esteem, and he went left. He went left, right, up, and down. But again, she's now pregnant. She talks to his mama. Okay. Told his mama, look, I can't give him another 7 years. I can't do it. Cannot do it. Cannot do it. Cannot do it. After she talked to his mama about her being tired of dealing with his shit, he later on called her mama and asked her mama for her permission to marry her. But the kicker was they weren't a couple. He called the lady mama to ask to marry her when they weren't even together, even though they were in a continuous rotation of sex buddies. He called his pregnant sex buddy's mama to ask to marry the girl. I said, Lord Jesus. She then said they never really got back together officially. However, she said, my lease was about to be up. And I'm like, I'm going to either move back to the other state because I don't have nowhere else to go. And so she ended up doing what? She moved in with him. And they just, at that point, was together. So he then got her pregnant. Her lease is up. She moved in with him. And now we just go together. She then said he proposed to her 2 months after their daughter was born. And she said, yes, 1,000 times yes. Because she said, I felt like it was everything I wanted. I felt like I had won over all the other people. I was like, man, what? She said she felt like she won. I'm pregnant by him for the 4th time, and I hadn't had the baby for the first time. You know, we living together, and now he just proposed. So it's the best thing ever. They got married a year after that. However, within a year of him proposing and them getting married in 2018, she said we never even was able to finish premarital counseling because I kept bringing up all the shit he did in college, and he was getting mad at me. So she was venting out all her frustrations. I mean, but y'all got married though. Now the dude then said, well, was he faithful? You know, once he proposed or once y'all got married, was he faithful? And she said, well, he was still in contact with women he was having sex with before. Like he was still friends with them, and there was at least conversation with them and him interacting with them. She said we never had a conversation about him dealing with them. Like we never talked about, hey, I don't want you, dealing with the women you were fucking. I don't want you dealing with them while we're married. So she said, but I left him. She said, I left him for 8 months. I left him in 2020. So they got married January 13, 2018. 2 years later, she left him for 8 months and went to live with her mama. She said because something else that happened was right before their wedding, he went and got a haircut by some lady he used to fuck. And she felt like he was hiding it from her because she's like, I handled all of his appointments. And he made this appointment and he used his work email knowing I would not get the email. He then went to the girl, got his hair cut or whatever. And she only knew about it because the girl posted a picture of him and her together with hearts all around it. I said, bitch, what? So yes, her husband, a couple weeks before the wedding, he was out here hanging out with somebody he used to fuck or whatever, hiding it from the wife. And she got pissed about that. However, they still got married. So when they got engaged, she was pregnant with a daughter. When they got married, she was pregnant with a son. So both times they're having these life moments. Each time she's pregnant. I said, bitch, what? Okay, so cool. She pregnant, they married, boom. During the marriage, nothing changed. Nothing changed. He kept cheating in different ways. She said, I didn't find any more like sex videos on his phone, but you know, he was still cheating, and even in him having conversation with you, he was still being a fuckboy. And she's like, I kept finding things out. We kept fussing about stuff or whatever. She said he would tell her how, you know, you're insecure. And the women I'm dealing with is business, you know. She then said, I felt like my responses to him were not the best, you know what I'm saying? That I've been toxic towards him. I did not like how she kept referring herself as, well, I wasn't doing this right. And I feel like, no, you were reacting to holding in what you was putting up with. So it was almost like she was excusing her. I felt like she was giving him an out by saying, well, you know, because I would talk to him this kind of way, you know, that's why he did this or he did that. And I was like, no, he's a fuckboy. Period. Now, she again was like, you know, in the marriage, he was still cheating. And how she was obsessed with looking like the women he cheated with. That she lost herself in that obsession. She would try to recreate the sexual stuff he did with them. What she saw him do with them. How she would study their bodies. How she was obsessed with trying to be or look like who she saw him cheating on her with. How when he would have his little tour events or whatever, and she would go, how women would just, you know, throw themselves at him, and like he would just like allow it to happen. You know, how a lot of folks did not know he was married. Now, the interviewer dude was like, I did not know he had a wife, and she said, yeah, a lot of folks did not know, even though he talked about our marriage and different stuff. I was like, ma'am, him mentioning here and there he's married doesn't mean he's promoting the fact that he's married, because he's out here actively cheating on you, okay? And I felt like, again, it was her trying to make it seem like, well, he was claiming. It's like, no, he wasn't. He wasn't. She brought up how they had a condo and how he would spend a lot of time at the condo, meaning he was cheating at the damn condo. They would argue, he would go to the condo. He went to Facebook, goes to the condo. So they were spending time separate. She at the house with the kids, he at the condo. And then because she started getting closer to God, she would talk to him or talk to people in crazy ways. She brought up how at one point she kept fussing him out, he needed to be delivered, and he thought she was crazy. You're crazy. You need therapy. She said, into therapy, I had 3 therapists. Because she's in this marriage that has been toxic since college. But he's just around here manipulating situations where she thinks is normal. So I feel like when we skip ahead to the video there from this picture, the Bonding of Salvation video, whatever, because women he was cheating with came out and, you know, exposed him, and he then had to do damage control. She said in 2021, you know, because of all the shit we've been through, like I told him what I wanted him to do for us to stay married. He was doing some of that. You know, he was spending more time at home. We were in counseling. He changed his phone numbers, even though she said he was still, you know, in communication with people anyway. But he was doing things she asked him to do to keep them in the marriage. Then the girls who came and said, hey, Derek fucking me too. He cheated on his wife. He ain't shit. So when that happened, she said, you know, they had to have like an emergency meeting, an emergency reaction. They had to fix it. Now she said at the time when they did this video, she was supportive of him, you know, because he had already confessed before that to cheating. That's why he was saying how we've already addressed these things, because he had told her about 11 women. I said 11? He told her about 11 women he had slept with. So she really meant that he had already told her what he had did, at least some of it. So her thing was, I already knew what he did. I knew he was cheating. It's just at that point in time, it came out publicly. And so it triggered me. Okay. She also said at that point in time, they had just found out, maybe like a couple of days prior, that she was pregnant with their third child. They were also dealing with the death of his stepfather. Then all the cheating stuff came out publicly. And so she's like, I felt like this is the one time I felt like she was being genuinely honest about how she felt emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and all that stuff. She said the stuff came out publicly. I'm not a public person. Like, I'm not out there that much or whatever. I'm not in his videos or whatever. And being a part of that, she said, you know, all I could think of was helmet of salvation. She said, because I needed protection. She's like, I felt like I was being mentally attacked. I was being spiritually attacked. I was still going through postpartum. I was pregnant. And I felt like when she put it that way, I get it. She said, I grabbed hold to whatever I could think would protect me. And I was just aggressive with it. She said, had I not held on to this, my thought of, you know, of my head being controlled is the helmet of salvation. Like, I probably would. She said, I probably would have unallowed myself, you know, if I was not able to just keep control of how I felt. You know, she's like, it was all of the media scrutiny about her or whatever that just put her in a whole different mindset. And she said that they had put a rush to put out the video, and that's what we saw. How he had recorded something at first, he then took it down. She was like, it wasn't as if I got dressed to be on, I was just dressed. And then he asked me to be on camera. And I said, okay. But she said, I was in the middle of I felt I was being mentally attacked. My spirit was attacked. And I felt like when the video came out, I do think us, and I mean me too, I do think we cracked jokes on her. We did completely, you know, break down the video. And I do feel like she probably, because even all the other shit she went through, and the fact that she knew what he had already done, but now the world judging her, I can see her saying, I would kill myself. If I did not protect myself with certain scriptures and, you know, this stuff, which we make fun of, she said it was me holding on to certain scriptures to keep myself from taking myself out. And that's all I can think of, to keep not only myself here, but keep my child, because I was pregnant. And they now have 3 kids, because again, she was pregnant. Because this was back in 2021. Okay. So even her saying how, like, we had no PR team, you know, it was us. We had somebody who helped us with it, but it was just us really not knowing what the fuck to do. How she's like, I did not want to be on camera before. I've always played the background, so y'all don't see me often or whatever, but I agreed to come on camera. And I feel 2 ways, probably 3. I feel like, again, she knew who he was before she married him, and she married him. I don't think she realized what she was living through privately once it became public, how hard that would be on her. And the fact that we didn't even know at that point in time that she was pregnant then, she had just found out she was pregnant, you know, was shocking. And just her admitting that all of it came crashing down on me, and I just reacted. So the dude asked her, well, why did you cuss everybody else out, after that video? Because again, they had that video, and then it was her with the whole, their kids would be vagabonds and all, with that whole thing or whatever. And she said, I was just, learning how to my walk with God. Okay, I didn't do things the right way, and I'm learning this and that. And when he was asking her like about the scripture, this is where I feel like she's full of shit, because you were saying that you were responding to anybody who you thought was coming at you or your husband, and anyone who was speaking ill or false truths about y'all is who you were speaking to. I'm like, but you knew your husband wasn't shit. You knew what the folks were saying was true. You knew he wasn't shit. But I'm going to wrap all that up in, she was shell-shocked, in protection mode, and that's it. And while we are looking back on stuff, on how we could be pre-prepared for stuff, because we're on the outside looking in, I said, I get it. I'm still like, well, no one was lying on him, but she was in defense mode, complete defense mode, even though she knew what he was being accused of was true. Because it always been a piece of shit, She also talked about how before she did the vagabonds and all that shit, that video, he had already sent her a text message telling her he wanted out of the marriage. So while she was on a thing fussing at us, he was already ending the marriage. Because he ain't shit. And I feel like she still has a whole lot of work to do on herself because of what she allowed herself to live for so long. And she was trying to protect her marriage, even if her marriage was doomed from the start. She was still trying to protect it. And I'm assuming now that she knows, because she said they filed for divorce. He filed in October. Like, he filed like October 10th. He filed irreconcilable differences. She then filed October like 25th. And she filed for adultery. Because again, you can't make it seem as if our marriage is broken if you want to admit it's because you kept cheating. So I was like, sir, you full of shit. Now he also the interviewer brought up how he had posted a happy Mother's Day post to her for Mother's Day. And she said, well, the fact that he did not even spell my name right, is some bullshit. I say, he didn't spell your name right? He didn't, what? So she like, the way he spelled her name wasn't the right way. How he had her blocked on all social media. So she couldn't see his stuff anyway. And she did not even know that he had unblocked her until someone told her about the post he made, wishing her happy Mother's Day or whatever. But she said the post confused me because, is it sweet because he acknowledged me? Or if I know it is weird shit he's saying, like, it's just weird, and why would you tell me happy Mother's Day or post a public happy Mother's Day to me, but not make sure I saw it? it was a very interesting, and it's a lot I left out. It was a very interesting 3 hours. I was tired. Okay. I was tired of it. I was like, oh Lord. I just felt like it was a literal conversation that they was having. Because I think part 1 was like an hour and 15 minutes. And then part 2 was like an hour and 50 minutes. On the thing. But I just feel like I feel bad for her. I feel like all of us in life have fell for somebody who tricked us, who hoodwinked us, who bamboozled us into believing the best of for us to believe the best of them, even if they're pieces of shit. I think everyone has went through that, be it somebody in your childhood, in your adulthood. Like at some point in life, it happens. So I feel bad that she was hoodwinked and bamboozled so soon. I do feel like she trauma bonded with him. I do feel like her getting with him, 3 weeks after her assault, really made her just be connected to him. Her admitting how she knew about the other women in college. She passed him in the hallways. You know what I'm saying? But she was happy when he proposed. I won. But the fact that he kept doing the same, like he was always a fuckboy. Now, I told you in the beginning, I don't know that man. I never knew who he was. But when the scandal happened, I'm like, who the fuck? Because I'm like, who the fuck is Derek Jackson? I don't know. I didn't know what had happened. And the fact that I think he's still innocent, because I think he still like has followers and shit. I don't know why. I feel like yes, people make mistakes. Yes. However, when you have been making a lifelong mistake, when you are a lifelong cheater, manipulator, and you then left your marriage because maybe you weren't happy with her, whatever. But the fact that you took her down the roller coaster of like 14 years of bullshit is crazy to me. But it also proves we can't marry someone and think it'll change them. It won't. He just talked about what he was doing, but talked as if women shouldn't put up with it, but he was put his right through it. And then the women who knew he was married and just still fuck with him, they're just as bad. It's crazy. And I've never supported him. I think that's what the man name wrong. If you are a follower of him, I don't know why. Because even though she was a willing participant, he still treated her like this one of. And so I would never support him ever. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all, that is all. Okay. So tomorrow I will be live at 5:15 p.m. Okay. 5:15 p.m. Okay. Because Bishop Robbery and Tasha K out here fussing. And because they were fussing right before I left work, so I did not have time to, cut it down and all that stuff, we will have a Bishop Robbery watch along tomorrow at 5:15 p.m. It will not be tomorrow night because I'm off work tomorrow and I have plans tomorrow night. So I want to give y'all a slither. Okay, just a slither. I posted this on my IG. I already seen it. Of these two fools.
And your husband looked like Master Splinter. I just added you. All right, yeah. Yeah. So listen. Listen.
What you on here lying?
Listen.
You're such a big liar.
Hold on. Listen, hold on. Because we not going.
You're sitting up here lying your ass off. That's why the fans
listen. That's why your husband look like Master Splinter, right? And that's why you're bald-headed. You bald-headed ski jumper in the house.
Is your wife?
You bum. You're a bum.
More
You're a
hair
bum.
than your
You're
wife
a bum.
under that
You're
lace
a bum.
front that you
You're a
stole
bum.
for her.
And you need ratings.
Where's your wife?
You bum. You're a
Where's
bum.
your
You're a
side
bum.
tooth?
You
Where
stink.
is your
You
side
stink.
tooth?
You're a bum.
No,
Okay.
you're a
But you have
The
my
fans say
name
that
in
you're a
your
bum.
mouth.
That's why
You
the
have
fans say you
have my name
gotta
in your
eat.
mouth all the
That's why
time.
the fans
You bum.
say you
You're
gotta
a bum.
eat.
You're a
I don't
bum.
want to smell
Say
your breath
bum.
now. You got missing
Your
teeth.
husband
You ain't been
look
to
like
no
Master
dentist.
Splinter.
What
Your
about
husband
her?
is a
What
bum
about
too,
her?
right? Bum too.
What
And
about her?
yeah.
Y'all. So tomorrow we'll have a full watch along of that shit. Okay, the Master Splinter, the bum, where's your wife? You stink. The feds say you still to eat. I'm like, what the fuck? So that will be tomorrow. Full tomorrow. 5. I'm gonna have the live will be set up tonight, so you'll see it. But it's gonna be at 5:15 p.m. y'all. So don't say I didn't warn y'all. Okay. Anyway, y'all, I hope y'all had a great time with tonight. I hope you had a great time. Okay, with me tonight. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, to like the video, to comment in the comment section for those of y'all watching over. To share it. Follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. I had a great time with y'all. Okay, we were down to 3 hours. Okay, good time had by all. I love you all. I gotta go. Bye.